Okay, there we are. That should be working now. Also, I think it's also doesn't have any meat. For some reason, it um. Okay, there we go. We have the sound, the music too. Yeah, sometimes it unchecks. It doesn't automatically have my audio input. I think maybe if I unplug it at any point, then it's going to be confused. Yeah. Yeah, it's I need to actually check that because it's not like OBS doesn't tell me that my mic is off because it just it doesn't like tell me, but like there's an indication of whether it's working or not without you telling me. But yeah, we're working up. So yeah, I guess since you didn't hear me and for the VOD they're not going to hear me, I'll have to cut out the first part. But I was talking about how I want to make this part and this part one part because these are already going to be 3D printed TPU, and since they're not one part, this ends up being a little more disjointed than I want to be. And I'll probably move around some screw holes. I was also talking about how I noticed that randomness regularly. I'm assuming you're new, or at least if you're new, I don't think you've commented. That's what also I was pointing out. Okay. So what's funny is I got rid of the whole, like I kind of knew. Hmm. Don't want to sneeze into the microphone. Oh, okay. Couple weeks. Are you do you have your own robot? Like, are you also into the sport? Because I know I've gotten a couple people that were haven't created a robot yet. Sometimes in my chat. Oh, for some reason it was making me select every cut region. It's weird because it normally doesn't make me do that. I think I might start out. I think this for Wendigo. I think the first event is I'm gonna run it as a plastic ant, just because I keep having second thoughts. Like I keep having ideas like this for a robot, and then I end up thinking of other ideas. I'm like, oh, maybe I want to do that more because I feel like right now I'm kind of looking for a robot that's going to be my main robot. All of last year, my main robot was Hodag, or not Hodag, Bigfoot. And Bigfoot is what I think a little bit. I want something that actually has a weapon. Like I learned a lot with Bigfoot, but I want something other than a lifter, or at least has more going on than a lifter. Because I'd like to be able to deal some damage. Actually. I'm adding a fillet here because there's not really much reason not to have a fillet there. There's nothing in the way. Okay, I'm trying to think of the best way to add this part to this part because I know that you know what? I think I'm sorry. I'm thinking of there's a couple of ways I could do it. It's not maybe subassembly or because I've had to do this before. It's generally a very annoying process to combine two bodies. I had to do this with Bigfoot, and it was a nightmare. Nope. I'm just trying to remember how to even insert a body, because occasionally I've done this. There's so many things. I've done so many things in SolidWorks, but forgetting about, but that's, I often forget. Actually, know what I want to do. Oh, I think the problem is oh, I don't want to go to the STLs. Because I think the problem is I saved it. Like I didn't save it as a separate part, so it can't pull it. Which usually isn't an issue, except for when I want to do stuff like this. Or more specifically, if I want to use it. Thing is, I'm trying to remember how to actually move this around. Convert to mesh body, edit features. This is the problem I had last time, is it just sort of doesn't... It doesn't give you a good way to... Fine. Almost the right spot. As planes. Flip normal. I'm gonna have to do some Googling real quick, sorry. Multiple configuration. Transfer. Just 3D sketch on a plane. Current. This is feels silly. And say locate part with locate move copies. Okay, so this okay. So I needed to check that one setting. It's kind of weird that that isn't by default. And okay. Oh, there we go. Wait. Are these merged bodies or is they separate bodies? It's hard to tell actually. I didn't actually check if there was a merged bodies. Hopefully, I mean, if I try to, this should also be conveniently still pretty. This won't make it any less 3D printable because it was meant to be 3D printed at the same orientation. So. Oh, just the body. Fortunately, now there's gonna be two of them, but I need to hide the other part if I can find it. Hide it. Okay, I think that was one big thing I want to do, and then these screws will mount there instead, so it should be a little bit more durable. Or not durable. Not durable. It's a fine word. Also, I don't know what's going on with these screws and shit. There's some screws doing their own thing. That shouldn't actually that shouldn't directly affect the weight, really. Other than actually, I think I'm actually using the same number of screws. I'm just moving where the screw is. That'd be over here. But yeah, this is gonna be a real tight fit as far as weight goes. This feels like a lot of carbon fiber. Although, like I mentioned, I am going to start this as a plastic ant, so we'll see. Honestly, like if I'm having struggle making weight as a plastic ant, then I'm probably going to have to make a lot of changes to make it work as a normal ant. I'm debating if I need more room for electronics because this is a really tight fit. Oh, I'm sure it's fine. This just needs room for, well, this is the battery, but it just needs room for the receiver and the two ESCs, the drive ESC and the I a lot of times am lazy and don't put the electronics into the CAD. And honestly, this battery will probably be on the bottom closest to us, because we're looking at the bottom of the robot, because I intend on everything goes in through the bottom, because I just felt like that would be the easiest way to make this robot, is to work on it upside down and flip it over. Hit the switch on the top of the robot for that very reason. I actually don't have much more to do on the robot. Talking points. Also, I feel like these tires look a little bit different than they'll end up looking, because there's no way to input the gyroid into the actual thing. Now I'm actually mostly just yeah, I don't know if this robot's even gonna work, but it's kind of an ugly looking weapon, but I'm fine with it. I'm not trying to win any awards. Well, not any, at least for aesthetics, but trying to see if there's any glaring errors. I think it's overweight because this is doubled up, and I think it's as if it was like pure nylon or some shit. This is gonna be rough to get underweight, but unfortunately, I actually didn't have much planned. This actually was a lot quicker and a lot less things to do than I thought. Although if I'm gonna make, I don't think I have anything else to change though. Although, do I because what is this spacer on paper made out of? Nylon. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll decide later what I want to do with that. Maybe at some point in time I'll redesign the wheels to. This sticks out a lot. Also, wait a minute. Do I not have a hole for the shaft? I'm dumb. I never made a hole for the shaft of the motor. I should probably do that. I'm gonna do that now. I realize I'm like, it doesn't look right. The motor, that would have been real awkward after I printed it. I didn't even do anything, and it's yelling at me. I would have felt so dumb. Casually not adding a hole for the shaft. Not. Okay, that looks a lot better. Now I'm thinking about it. I think low-key I want to make that the motors go in more, because this extends a lot. So what I'm gonna do, I don't want to change the sketch. But I want the sidewalls to be the same, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit both features. I'm going to add 0.5 millimeter there. Make this smaller. Because the idea is that essentially these motors This thing's moving in a weird way. It's not right. Yeah, this is gonna be a whole ordeal, I think. Yeah, I think that might be all she wrote. Yeah, I don't have too much more to go. I think we have the right. I think we actually have more screws than we need. No, we got enough. Maybe. Yeah, we got close enough. Actually, I think what we want to do. Really, I feel like I just updated my drivers like this week. Or I think it was last weekend. Because I was having troubles with DaVinci Resolve and I went through pretty much all the steps of grief. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. Did I eliminate? No, it should be 4 millimeters and 2 more millimeters. 96, because I did 2 from each side, so it should be 96 millimeters. This will put it. This will undo that weird stuff that I just created by adjusting the thickness of stuff. Although I think I want to also have some screws. Yeah, I think we want room for the head of the screws too. Make them all equal. Definitely not 10. Just 2 millimeters to make room for the heads of the screws. Yeah, this is definitely going to be, there's going to be some trial and error involved with this. Robot. Also my first crack at tangential drive. Why do these feel long? These feel like they're one size longer than they should be. What if I replaced them by 16 millimeter? Oh. They should be replaced with 16 millimeter. What am I doing? I should probably replace them with the 16 millimeter in the CAD. Because I was looking at what I was going to order, and I was going to order literally the 16 millimeter. Dang past me for being lazy and making it more difficult on current me. Am I tripping? No, I gotta do it on the other side, that's fine. On the wrong side of the robot. I use entirely too many shoulder bolts and things, apparently. Can I not just download it? A minute. Okay, so it's in there. Because trying to do it in the thing is the pain in the butt. Now it's angry at me because it didn't like me destroying all of those things. Original one, right? Yeah. You're angry at me, I get it. Oh yeah, these are also the smaller head. Which is not an accident. Mostly because it makes it harder for them to just fucking snipe them off. Plus, my weight is at a premium right now. Anything that makes this thing lighter. Also, I need to make sure these are steel, just to get a more accurate weight estimate. Even though I've kind of thrown away my weight estimate, but yeah, you're angry about all my mates. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Actually, I'm just gonna. I'm curious if this robot will actually end up being. I'll be honestly surprised if I can have it. If I can get this under weight as an open ant. This is a because I think where I'm at as a plastic ant will really tell me. Like, if I feel like, oh, I got plenty of way to work with, then we'll be good. But if I'm like, oh, we do not have much way to work with, then I might not even, then I might really throw away the whole idea. But, right, I can really start printing this like now. But yeah, definitely after today, I'll be able to start printing and making this a thing. Oh, hey, Nova. She not feed you yet, and you're coming down here to see if I'll feed you? Sorry, one of the cats is down here. She's not one of the ones that'll come say hi to you guys, though. Also, I have to set up a cat cam. Wanna come up here? You wanna come up on? Nope. You wanna come up here? Say hi? Nope, she doesn't want to say hi. And I don't feel like moving the camera. I'm trying to see if I can find any glaring errors before I try to like hit go on this. I mean, I guess I could put a fillet there or something. Because the problem is, the thing I'm thinking about, like, if this catches, I just don't want it to be able to glance. I mean, that feels huge, but it kind of feels right. I mean, it's not going to glance in the way I want it to glance, because it'll glance, I guess it'll glance downward, which, when you're hitting that part, you don't want it to glance upwards. So all right, that's right. Granted, it doesn't cover the pulley as much, but you win some and you lose some. Honestly, I don't think this is going to be a very effective robot in the first place. I just came to a realization. I don't know what pulley I was going to use for this. Oh, there's Daisy. Creeping. I completely forgot what size pulley I was using for this. Which is gonna be a problem. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, that's a situation I need to figure out. Yeah, I need an S3M belt. S3M. I feel like there was a belt I had in mind, but I have no clue which one. Now I got crap. Because I think I just sort of started with a vibe and then didn't do anything from there. Larger pulley. I think I'm trying to remember the nominal diameter. Got point. Center distance. That the fuck? Just making shit up, SolidWorks? We're just apparently SolidWorks is just making stuff up. Like I click one place and it's like, yeah, no, that didn't act. I could probably do this in a sketch, and that's what a smart person would. What I get for cutting corners. We get just poor calculations. Dang, that's a bigger pulley than I thought. Okay. We need pulleys. Yeah, I'm realizing I overlooked. I think I did this over the course of too many days. Just overlook the fact that I need and around a pulse. Not pulley. V-belts. S3M belts. I need 178. So it'll do the trick. Yeah, so I can get the. Oh crap! I need to do this. I need something to write down, and then just so we need 177 millimeter. Okay. Yeah, so this should work. But yeah, this should be good to go. Oh yeah, next week I'm gonna have to start working on a new bot. Forgot about that. Yeah, we'll see if we have to make changes. I may end up having to revisit this robot once I figure out all the crap, the whack crap that I end up messing up. For now, next week there's a kit bot that I want to put together. I want to make like I want to make a robot with the express purpose of being cheap and easy to build. and have it be a design that I sort of give to the public and sort of make it, and I'll make a video. That one I'll make a video on how to like make it and stuff. Because apparently everybody that does anything in combat robotics eventually has to put out their own kit. But I think that'll be one that I'll share. Everything else I'll probably keep close to the chest more. But yeah, I think this one, Hornet's welcome. But yeah, hopefully before I'll have to get this ready before April. Like this will have to be like the beginning of April is when this, so I'll have about a month to work on it. But that's also working on Hodag. I'm gonna have to get Bigfoot ready. I am Hodag's undergoing some major changes, so that's gonna be a whole thing. But hopefully this robot, we'll see if this robot ends up being something I like and if it ends up even working. So I think this is gonna, I think I might cut it short this week. And work's been crazy, so did what we did what we set out to do, and I think that next week I'll definitely be using the full 2 hours that I usually have, and we'll see how that goes. Right now it's getting this spot, gonna be a lot of getting this spot ready and a lot of getting Hodag ready. I ordered some parts from Xometry for Hodag, but I won't get those for at least another week. Yeah, I'll catch you guys.